On sparring, Big Hog 96, aka Louise 21, versus Dastardly. Louise, look at that setup! Look at that setup on Louise. Did you see that?
Oh
Did you
boy,
see the setup?
that
Louise is
was
rocking Toaster Roaster Nade. It is Louise absolutely transparent about what they're going for here. As Dastardly is going to run Coil, Nade, and Parabola. Nothing out of the usual for him as we set forth sparring. How do you feel about sparring against Coil again? I forgot. If you've already
it's one of the better options, at least as Twintel. I don't know about his Helix. I feel like Helix is probably going to want to keep max distance, and sparring does not really allow that. But
who's the one that chose sparring?
Sparring is also a stage that limits Coil's movement much more than others. So you might say, I want the Coil disadvantage, more than I care about the disadvantage for my own character, you know?
Right, that's true, because Dastardly was the one that selected sparring to play on. I do think that this stage, probably not the best for Helix, but I think you were right in that I care more that Coil is not as good on this stage than my character not being as good on this stage, because my character is not good on a bunch of stages. Coil's only not good on so many. So
sometimes you just gotta take the trade-off.
That was a nice rush. Can't finish it though. Can't finish it though.
Yeah, I mean, it was an awkward angle to start. It's amazing that the rest did.
Right. Whoa,
trade.
Nice grab.
Actually, with a wake-up grab.
One interaction away from the end, I would say, for either of these. Well, probably two for Luis, but one for Dastardly. Dastardly needs one solid, clean hit, and that'll be all she wrote. But never mind that, Luis answers. Maybe I was wrong to make Luis the 10 seed. I'll know it for later. As Luis puts up.
Fuck out of here, this 10 seed.
Sorry.
Don't you disrespect me like that, ever.
My deepest condolences to Luis. As he wins the first round against Dastardly, but Dastardly answered right back in the beginning of the second round with a nice grab. He's going to try closing a little more. He angled one nade down, and then he angled the other nade up, and then he hit him with the nade, right? He got the explosion, the two hits, and then the one that he angled down also exploded, and he got 170 off of that.
Covered literally all the options.
Covered every option at once. Come on, Dastardly.
Yeah, actually, I don't know if you noticed, but that covered every option you could have selected there.
It's kind of an 8 chats, if you will. That was very nice play from Dastardly, but Luis has brought it back and also taken the lead. What a grab as he's about to get rushed online. Dastardly perhaps not prepared for this Helix, but who knows? As he gets his grab of his own, and we are both down to one interaction apiece. But Luis does have rush, and he has no qualms about not using it. I was going to say about using it, but about not using it, because Luis takes the first game in this best of 5. I should reiterate that this is a best of 5. So there will be plenty of time for readjustment on both ends. Oh, actually, yeah, I'm sorry, Jelly, but Luis is the best Helix in the world. Like,
we need to have like a Helix round robin one of these days, just for the hell of it.
Just to see who the best Helix is.
I can imagine that stream. We put on best Helix in the world round robin, and we have Durfla on the mic just for the hell of
it. Yeah, we'll be doing Via Dolce.
That's a throwback.
For the next game.
Via Dolce got it.
The name of the game is obvious with Dick Dastardly. I think we might have. We'll see. This is hard. This is difficult. Difficult to pan out who's gonna, whatever. Here we go. You know what I mean.
TBH. Dastardly's real comfortable on Via Dolce. Like
very comfortable. I would not have let Dastardly go to Via.
I want to say performance-wise, it's potentially probably one of his tournament best.
Yeah, for tournament playing, for sure. I know I've always historically been Via against Dastardly. He is at home on Via, for sure.
And it's counterintuitive, you know, you would expect Via Dolce to cut off Coil's move and make sure she can't break the camera that much. But then she just dashes backward and you can't hit her.
Yeah, Luis's grab punishes were on point for it. Ooh, we're gonna get a grab? Yes, we will, as Dastardly opens up a good lead. To me, a sizable lead, and they have a one chunk of health advantage, but he can't get the rush off as Luis knocks him out of it with a grab of his own. As he equalizes the health, while Luis has rush, and Dastardly does not, but Dastardly's gonna block it, but his shield is already low. It's gonna be above average blocked rush damage for Luis there. And now Dastardly is the one on low health. So Luis, maybe Luis, Diadolte is a shadow strong pick for Luis, as now Dastardly is working with nothing but the magic pixel to make something happen here, and Luis says no, none of that. He wins the first round of game 2.
And you know, we still got time to play around in the set. Dastardly's probably not trying to spin his jets too hard here. It's right off the gate because Luis is laying on the pressure big.
Yeah, Luis is going. He is going. Nice toaster. I didn't even see that coming. I literally did not see it. Not very sneaky from Luis. Is he gonna get the whole rush? No, he doesn't.
Ooh,
he does
not.
Got hit out of it, and Luis gets the whole rush of his own. Luis dominating the rush game.
Has Luis missed a rush this set so far?
He has not. I do not believe.
That is nuts.
I don't believe he has. Luis
he has gotten a rush every single time off Dastardly double punching. It has worked damn near every single time.
Opting for toaster. I wonder if there's merit. Oh, nice parabola from downtown. Parabola went the long way around to hit its mark on that one. Nice! He breaks the grab with a rush. Is this going to be the round? No, it will not, even though he ended with Nate. He ended with Nate. It still wasn't enough, but that throw will be enough. And Dastardly fires back with a round win of his own.
Like I said, Dastardly's like a classic card. Just takes a little while to spin up, but once you get him going, it's real nice.
Real nice. Runs real smooth. Let's see if he can keep the miles per gallon up to par as Luis trades in his toasters for roasters. I wonder why he may have done that. I actually don't know. That sounded sarcastic, but I actually don't know. Maybe it was for the damage, perhaps. Perhaps the damage is more valuable.
I really don't think people have the Metasalt on glove arms to use against Coil, because conventional knowledge would expect people just predict where she's going to go, slap her with a roaster. But honestly, people with toasters have really solid tournament records against Coils.
Yeah. I wonder if Luis, I guess the really only thing to weigh is whether or not losing the tracking is worth the extra damage that you get. Because it's only 10 extra damage, and that really adds up over the course of a game.
Plus the little speed difference there.
Yeah, roaster is indeed faster. This is true.
Good grab.
Good grab. But Luis is fighting an uphill battle despite having Rush online. The Rush mind games are afoot for both of these players. Not anymore, because they both have Rush. We're going to see how they both adapt. And... Oh! Nice from Dastardly. Firing back and taking game 2. Ladies and gents, we have a 1-to-1 situation. Now, in a best of 3, the next one will be for all the marbles. But the next one, game 3, while not for all the marbles this time, is still, in my opinion, a must-win. Game 3 is a must-win in a best of 5 situation. Whether you won the first 2 games, or if freaking, what am I trying to say? In any situation, in literally any situation in the best of 5, game 3 is a must-win. Because if you're up 2-0 and you lose game 3, now the onus is on you for getting reverse 3-0'd. But if it's 1-to-1, both players, the 2-1 lead in the best of 5 is very, very important, I think. As they go back to sparring. Very interesting. Back to sparring.
Honestly, talking about the dynamics of momentum in the set itself for player mentality is really factors so much into a set more than people really understand.
Yeah, there's just a lot of factors that go into the importance. Obviously every game in a best of 5 is important, but game 3 to me is especially important. That's the one that you have to win.
You feel the momentum set in based on who wins,
If you go up 2-0 and you lose game 3, you're like, that was my chance to win the set, and I lost it. I don't know if I can keep doing this, But this is not...
almost capped that rush miss, and he's still got some pretty good damage.
I believe Dastardly has warmed up just a little bit with his Helix play. He's warmed up. He's not... Because Luis was kind of owning the cul-de-sac in the first game. And the first game was on sparring, but now we're back on sparring for game 3, and Dastardly seems to be keeping it a little closer than it was in game 1. So I think he's definitely warmed up a little bit to Luis's style. Also, Luis going back to toasters, which I don't know. I guess if anything, it must be on the win at this point. I don't know. Maybe the tracking works better for you if you're in a smaller space. Who knows?
He can just be like, I'm not feeling it.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't win with roasters, so I'm gonna go back to toasters because I won with toasters. But Dastardly winning with what he had always been using this set made Parabola. Very good set. Parabola complements Coil very well. Okay, did a very good on. Nice anti-grab out of the gate.
Right out.
You wouldn't
Now,
expect
a lot of people throw out the conventional knowledge. They don't like Parabola. They think it's bad. The only two people I've ever seen actually enjoy using this arm long term are one, Kama, who's very vocal about it, and two, Dastardly, who's only vocal about it when you call it shitty to him because he's like, no, and then he wins the set against you.
Right. I've actually been starting to like Parabola a little bit myself. I've been messing around with it on Tron. I think I'm keeping it on my Tron set,
Okay,
to be honest.
You know,
Parabola not to
crazy
be overlooked. Well, speaking of crazy, Luis, for the first time in the set, opting for nades. Now there's 3 nades, sometimes 4 in this game going around.
I really don't know how I feel about nades against Coil. Man, can she box, and if those things are at your feet, you just slow your momentum down entirely.
Yeah, you know what? That's a good point. What a grab!
What a grab!
What a grab! He scooped him up from around the corner and said, "You're coming with me, buddy."
Hagen-Dazs.
2-1 for Dastardly. He bans Temple and Maz, and Luis will now select the stage. Momentum swinging heavily in Dastardly's favor, not only for winning the last 2 games, but he won game 3 on the stage that he lost on in game 1. So if you're Luis, you know, what do I do? What do you do with
Sparring again? They're running it back.
Sparring for the 3rd time. My goodness.
Dude, sometimes you just gotta feel it out. Now, if he loses a set, we could sit here and be like, Louise, what were you thinking? But if he wins the set, we're like, man, that was a 9th level play.
Whoa. Pause.
Pog.
Max Brass has entered the building using the best ult on Max Brass, I might add. Now this is a lovely development. Nade Brass has entered the building, and
You
boy,
just like it because it's double Nade Brass, you moron.
yeah, I do like it because it's double Nade Brass. Not only is it double Nade Brass, it's double Nade Silver Brass. It does not get much better than that. That's peak arms, and I am not biased on that in any way. And here we go with game 4. Louise opting for Max Brass. I did not see that one coming. Boy, oh boy, I'm excited. Now you gotta wonder.
30 seconds in, not looking too hot for Louise.
I think Dastardly has a lot of Brass experience, again, because of how much he's played with me, and I'm serving him well. But Wake Up Deflect gonna help Luis, and if you know anything about Brass, you know that this isn't the end, right? Never mind, it's the end. Dastardly takes the first game, switching off of Nade and opting for Roaster instead.
This may or may not be the end.
This may, yeah, it's Schrodinger's end of the round, as he opts for double Roasters. I think that's what I'm gonna do against Coil. To be honest, I'm gonna try double Roaster now. Or if not double Roaster, then Chocolate Roaster.
Yeah, let me know if that solves the meta or not.
I will. Luis could be solving the meta right now if he can get some work going on against Dastardly. It's working a little better for him, but now the Oki really coming into play here as Brass very, very weak. Well, not very, very weak, but very like especially inefficient again in the corner. Even as Giant.
Vulnerable in the corner.
Yeah, vulnerable in the corner, which is not something you can say very often. He's vulnerable. Nice. He tanks through that rush and gets a nice it tanks through the punch. Gets a nice 270 rush there. On the low side for Roasters, but he's making it work.
He needs all the damage he can get at this point.
Yeah, and it will not even matter as Dastardly overcomes Luis's Brass and takes the set 3-1. Wow, wasn't expecting Brass, that's for sure. Now let's turn our attention to